Good morning, guys. It's Becky, and I wanted to be different today, so I'm starting this video in front of the door instead of in front of the shower curtain, just to switch it up. But welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, November the 1st. How is it the 1st? It is Wednesday, so we are going to be getting on my scale here in just a second to do my weekly weigh-in Wednesday and seeing where I am, y'all, because if you watched last week's video, you will know that I was super sick last week. I had a celiac attack, and then whenever I have one of those, it like drags into a couple of days later where my stomach just is wonky and not feeling great. And then after I have a celiac attack, and this could be just a me thing, I don't know if anybody else has celiac, let me know if this is just you, but after I have a celiac attack, then I'm hungry after that. And I don't know if that's because I just haven't had any nutrition and like all the nutrition in my body has just washed itself out. And my body's like, okay, now I'm hungry. So all that to say, my disclaimer is last week I was 253.4 and this week I anticipate it being up. And I forgot to say, for those of you who are new, welcome. That was a weird intro. Welcome. On my channel, I am going through a good midlife crisis where I am journeying through my 40s and I am working on getting my poop in a group. In order to do that, I am working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And this is obviously going to be a physical health journey where we come into my bathroom on Wednesdays and I step on my scale and we check in to see where my weight is. And then at the end of this video, I will go to future Becky and she will sum up how the week has been and what I think has affected my weight, what I've eaten, what I haven't eaten. I have celiac, obviously, as previously mentioned, and how that's been doing and if I think that's affected it. So now that I very neatly summarized all of that, I just want to tell y'all, I live in the Austin area. If you don't know me, it's 36 degrees here. It is so cold. It's also like 7:30 because I slept like a baby until 7 o'clock because time changes back this weekend to normal time. I'm so excited. And it's like pitch black and I'm so tired and I was under my down blanket and it was so lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna get on the scale and we'll see where I am. So I literally can't remember what I just said my weight was, but it was 253.4 last week. This week, $254.6, which makes complete sense to me because last week I was super sick. So 254.6. And then Becky in the mirror. There is me in the front and on the right and on the left. Okay, y'all, here comes most likely Monday, but definitely future Becky to sum up this week. Hopefully this week tummy will be better and next week's weight will be more consistent with this week's weight than the last couple of weeks have been with what's been going on with me. So I will see y'all on Monday. Here we go.
Hello friends, it's Monday Becky. Okay, I am gonna be completely honest. This weekend did not go at all according to my plan. I didn't go camping with Nathan and our friends because I was going to go see my mom on Sunday. I promised my mom like 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago, that I was gonna come in and see her on this Sunday. Like we had planned that. So when Nathan made plans to go camping, I was like, I can't go. I'll stay home and watch the dogs because I'm gonna go see my mom. Then we don't have to find anybody to watch the dogs. So that was my plan. And then this was just not a very good week. October was a rough month for me. I had a lot of stuff going on. It started off with all the stuff going on in Israel. I'm going to tell y'all, I know that I always say that this is my physical, financial, and my mental health journey, and I know I don't do a lot of mental health updates. I try to film them, but they're really, really hard. Like, kudos to people who do them because I try and they just take a lot out of me. But I know I talked about them, and I know that y'all knew I was doing therapy. I actually graduated from therapy. My therapist and I both agreed that I was doing wonderfully, and we agreed that I didn't need to see her anymore. I had gone down to only once a month visits, and I was just doing great. It came to the point where we were like, I don't actually really have anything to talk about. And so my last visit was on October 7th. That was my last visit. And then, that happened. And it's just been, and then just October was just a bad month. And so I'm actually thinking maybe I might need to, not for my grief therapy, but maybe I just need to touch base with her on other things. So I think I might just need to do a mental health update. But October's over, and I'm actually doing much better now than I was last month, so maybe I don't, because October was just a bad month. That being said, nothing went to plan this weekend. So October is a bad month. Last week was a really bad week. I kind of mentioned it in my YNAB video. We weren't really clear to talk about it, and I was not trying to purposefully be cryptic, but it's hard when you work in healthcare to know what you're allowed to share and what you're not allowed to share. But there was a tragic incident that occurred in the company that I work for, and when you work in home health, you go into patients' homes, and I guess it's a known risk that I guess it's at the back of your mind, but you don't really think about it. And I'm not a clinician. I don't really go into homes. I haven't been in a patient's home in years and years. I did used to go into patients' homes to set up, we call them telemonitors, but it's been 10, 15 years since I've been in a patient's home. I don't do that. That's not my job. But obviously we have nurses and we have therapists and we have home health aides, and some of our nurses do behavioral health for people who have more of behavioral issues. And there is a risk that comes with that, and they know it and they are aware of it. And caregivers, health caregivers, are some of the most selfless people that you will ever meet in your life, and I am so thankful and blessed to work with them. You will never meet nicer people. I'm so thankful to be in the industry that I am in, but unfortunately, one of our caregivers did lose her life last weekend, not this past weekend, but the one before, in a very traumatic way, up in Connecticut. And I'm not going to link anything, but if you are interested in learning about it, it's in the news, you can look it up. But anyway, it was with the company that I work for. So it hit very close to home, and that really affected a lot of us. We've had grief counseling available. It's still available. We've had some meetings about it. We had another meeting about it today. They did a memorial for it. It was very beautiful. But that affected us. That was really hit close to home. I didn't know her personally, but the tributes and, it's just a small community. And like I said, it just hits close to home, and it's hard to hear, and you work with people who work with her, and it's just hard. It's just hard to see. And I know this might be something that's not really PC to say now, but it's hard for me to see a grown man cry. And when your CEO, who is of a generation where he was raised where his daddy told him men don't cry, and he's in front of over 1,000 of his employees crying, and you can tell he's trying not to. That was hard. Anyway, that combined with other things, I was planning to go out for some drinks on Friday night with my bestie, but then unfortunately her daughter got sick, very sick. They had to take her to the emergency room. She is fine now. Well, not fine. She's still not well, but she's okay. So that didn't happen. I didn't get to hang out with her on Friday. And then my mom is sick, so I didn't get to see my mom on Sunday. So I just basically spent the whole weekend by myself, which is fine. I like me, but I did get the toolkit video filmed for y'all, so I did get that done. But I just my weekend didn't go to plan. So you know what I did? I went shopping. I got a lot of holiday shopping done. Everything was on my budget. I did not go out of budget, but I also ate out 3 times. Y'all, I spent all of my dining out money, my budget, my whole dining out budget for the whole week is blown. I can't go out again this week, which is fine. But I am sure that is going to be reflected when I weigh in on Wednesday. But I was just looking at my numbers, and you know what? I had an amazing September and October, and I'm gonna go ahead and give myself, when I weigh in on Wednesday and that weight is up, I am not gonna feel bad about it. I like how I'm summing up next week instead of this past week, but that's okay because it's on my mind. I'm just gonna be okay with it. I am gonna give myself some grace, because sometimes you're just gonna have those weeks, those couple of weeks even, where things they're just not the way you want them to be. And I don't want anybody to worry about me. I am actually doing really well right now. It's just the last couple of weeks have been tough. But right now, I'm actually okay. My mom is feeling much better. Ginny's older daughter is feeling better. Unfortunately, the younger daughter is now coming down with whatever the older daughter had. Yay for daycare. We were chatting today, and hopefully this is just getting their immune systems ready for school. So yay for that. So to my numbers from the weigh-in that you just watched. Shall we do that? As you can see, I was up slightly, but we expected that because of the sickness. And somebody asked if that could have been a stomach bug. It could have been, but I don't think so. Unfortunately, I do know what celiac feels like. It's a different feeling. It's the pain, and then it just lingers. I don't know if anybody else has celiac. It's like I'm only sick when I eat, and it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like the lingeringness isn't like I don't really feel sick. It's just like my body's like, no, we can't keep this in us. I don't want to go into detail because it's not very pleasant, but yeah, I wasn't feeling well at all. But I'm fine now. I'm able to eat whatever I want, unfortunately, which is why when I weigh in a couple of days, you will see that reflected. I have no doubt. But you know what? I did enjoy myself. I had nachos. And then I had my nachos. I did not have an alcohol. I just had nachos. So I did try to limit myself. And then I had Guaco Taco, which is a really good taco place. Everything in that place is gluten-free. The only thing that's not gluten-free is they do serve beer, but I don't even like beer, so that's fine. They have these crispy tacos. They make their own chips. So I had chips and queso and a crispy taco that has this chicken in it. It's amazing. And then I had just like patties, like hamburger patties with cheese on it and a milkshake because I really wanted a milkshake. And then I was like, I'm out of dining out money, so I failed you, Libby. I did not save half of my dining out money last week, but there's always next week. Let's try again next week. But I didn't do, this is budgeting, I'm talking about budgeting, but the dining out, I am sure that not dining out definitely contributed to the weight loss. So I am really going to have to rein in the dining out next week. Well, I'm out of money to go dining out with, so we're going to be eating at home for the rest of this week for sure. So we'll see. Maybe that'll help. So anyway, up 1.2 pounds from last week. But let's look at the numbers because I just looked and I wrote stuff down. From October to September, because I looked at this, I lost, where is it? From September to October, I lost 6.2 pounds, y'all. 6.2 pounds from September to October. So in the month of September, I lost 6.2 pounds. And in the month of October, I lost 3.4 pounds. If you look at how much weight I have lost since the beginning of September through the Wednesday that you just watched me weigh in, 9.6 pounds in 2 months. I'm totally happy with that because in the month of July, I lost 0 pounds. And in the month of August, I lost 2.8 pounds. I don't know what happened to my body in September, but all of a sudden she was just willing to lose weight, and she lost almost 10 pounds in the last 2 months. So even if it starts to slow down, which it does feel like that is happening, plus I did have some Halloween candy left over. It's only Reese's because that's literally like the only thing in my house that I can eat of Halloween candy. But I did have some of that too, just because I was here by myself and I had Halloween candy in my house. But that's almost gone. That is slowing down. The holidays are coming. I don't anticipate losing 10 pounds in the next 2 months again. But the fact that I did do that, I'm happy with that. That was a nice little jump start to get me going again. And I'm happy with that. And I'm going to give myself some grace for having a little slump this weekend and going out and treating myself to some meals out when all of my plans fell through and I had a really rotten week and not the best month. So I'm okay with it. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I talked so much and that I made it sound like I had a bad weekend. I didn't have a bad weekend, and I promise you I'm fine now. It was just a tough week last week and not the best October. But it's not October anymore, and daylight savings time is over. Unpopular opinion as it may be, I hate daylight savings time. And yeah, it's 6:30 and it's dark, but you know what? At 6:30 this morning, the sun was up. I didn't wake up to a pitch black house, and that was amazing. And this is the first time in like 2 months that I've had energy, and I'm so excited, and that's probably why I'm talking so much and so fast. And I'm gonna go get this video edited and up for y'all. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. Please consider liking and subscribing and coming back to watch all of my other videos. And if you're interested in budgeting, I have those videos as well. All right, y'all, I love you, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.